Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where we still have people really wanting to sit in that chair in reception. In the previous episode, we managed to expand to the left with the application and spending of 40 grand. We then roughly planned out sort of what we want to go for. So obviously a wall around the outside, a perimeter wall ideal, more likely just a cheapest one possible. We then have on the top and bottom, north and south, we have the forestry area. It will require some removal of certain parts of the wall and things like that. And then in the centre we have our large building for, well, presumably death row, and also for, well, I said supermax, but it might be high risk. Now, in terms of the death row, I haven't yet planned it off because I don't know just how many we'll need or how many we'll get. And that'll also be based on what prisoners we have here and what sort of situation they have. Now, we do have in our, where is it? It is in bureaucracy. We do have the option for permanent punishments. Sometimes being in prison just locked away isn't enough. Your lawyer can file the necessary papers to let you confine prisoner to a cell permanently. And that's what we'd have in these cells. So permanent lockdown for supermax prisons. And yes, if we go up to supermax, we can say filter capacity, and it will happily try and take loads and loads of people. Actually, we say a number per day. Actually, all available, yeah, we would be able to get, wow, look at that. If we got all of those prisoners, we'd get 250,000. We are not going to do that, obviously. But yes, if we did that, it could go in there and whatnot. But to be honest with you, looking at this design, I'm not convinced, and if I'm not convincing myself, there's certainly no way I'll be able to convince you that that's a good idea. Not that I'd try to influence your decision, just put it for you that I put it to you that that isn't great. And well, let me know what you think. We're not going to be building it this episode, but we will be doing other things, mainly putting the perimeter wall around here, adding in some more flooring and all of that good stuff. So we will crack on with that now. In terms of our daily cash flow, it is 2,770. I am going to go over to our staff and fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workers, because those were sort of temporary just to get all the logs moved and things like that. I know it's inefficient, but we got it done. In terms of the janitors, I think we will probably keep the janitors that we have, because even in around this area here, it's still fairly dirty, but I guess the laundry's getting done as well when people aren't working, so it is worth it being there, so that is fine. Let's go over to our intelligence and then informants, and we'll see the prisoner turn up here, which doesn't actually have any traits, so that's fine. We do have an unknown trait. I just spotted it there. There is an unknown trait there. So what I'll do is I'll activate our couple of top informants. The longer they are confidential informants, the more likely we are to find things. You see, coverage is 85%. Once we activate David here, that'll probably go up to 100. But you can see there's a bit of violence going on there. What a surprise. It's going to be Gaskin. Yes, it's Gaskin. So Gaskin's kicking off, you know, the sun rises and sets, Gaskin kicks off. Yeah, it's an endless cycle. And apparently Blake's got 2 mobile phones on him, or stashed there actually, I guess. Looking around, I can see that there are, well, there's no one getting targeted yet, but you can see there's loads of contraband on people. There, that snitch there, that's been targeted, we expected that. But anyway, the rest's fine. So we'll close that down and we'll let them crack on. It looks like we've got the pharmacological treatment to drug addiction happening here, which is excellent. We should probably check out the prison grading. A reoffending rate has increased to 22% from 21%, so it's not like a, you know, a huge issue. I mean, it's going the wrong direction, but, you know, we can handle a fluctuation of 1%. Paroled early, 144 with a 12% reoffending rate. That's gone up by 1% as well. I think it was on 11 previously. Punishment is higher than it was before. I think we had 6 before. That's now up to 7. Reform 4, security 1, and then health still at the -2. If we check the prisoners, we can see that they don't have anything like condition. They do have well-fed, but nothing else. That prisoner there, it'll be well-fed, intoxicated, and then suppressed. Just randomly checking prisoners suppressed and well-fed. Yeah, I mean, oh, that person there, this will be the worst one. KO'd, hurt, suppressed, intoxicated, and I think there's something else in between there. But yeah, I mean, we're doing most of what we can. They also have the condition of exposure when they're wandering outside, so that will in general just lower their overall health. So it's something we just have to deal with. It's just the nature of the beast, really. So looking down on this area here, it looks like it's predominantly done. What I'll do is I'll go and... I don't know what I'm going to do the common room. I think the common room and the visitation such will probably go for... marble, and I think we're not going to bother with the ceramic tiles in the centre because it'll just take too long, so I think we're going to go with marble in here, and then for the cells we will go with the ceramic flooring in, so it's across there and across there. We do still have that... Could I not build that? There we go. We do still have the current radio broadcaster getting inmates riled up, so if I check this prison you can see, look, their status effect is riled up. They do have a riled up status effect because of that radio. I mean, it matters not because there's only one prisoner in this entire area, so I'm not really too bothered about that. But anyway, we're going to go over to this common room and we will place in, with our flooring, some marble tiling like so. The other tile should be like that, and then that's actually in there, that's fine. Ceramic flooring will go in the laundry, it will also go in the morgue, and it will probably go in the infirmary as well, but that's going to be, ooh, a slight, it's a little bit higher than I would like to spend, a little bit too much rather. So, with the parole all done, and not releasing many prisoners, sadly, it's not really something we can spend much on there. We'll do that and then it'll be this section. After that, we are talking, like, well, in and around here, which is going to be the main section. I think we are not going to use, in this facility, we're not going to use the standard white tiles. We'll either use, oh, there's a tunnel in the section I've recently placed some flooring in. So thank you very much for that. You've just made me rip up some lovely tiles. That shakedown didn't take too long, did it? Or was that just a tunnel search I did? It's probable. It didn't take too long. Just go ahead and remove these tunnels. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think I did accidentally clicked tunnel search rather than anything else. Anyway, there's more tunnels. We're still finding these tunnels. But we're also finding a lot of contraband, which means money. And, wow. Recently there's been a lot of tunnels being dug. They haven't got anywhere. Certainly nowhere that's dangerous. But, like, when I say dangerous, I mean, like, close to the walls or anything. But there you are. There's an unknown trait. We're just keeping an eye on it now. Someone's en route. We have an 87% coverage, and sadly we did not manage to see them. And 86% coverage. Yeah, we haven't found them. Let's activate some others. Keep an eye on these traits. Deadly and Stokel. Okay. At least we spotted what it was. That's fine. So, deactivate them all. Like so. Suspicion's going up. As people have pointed out, if we ever go too far and they do become found out and they get the official snitch trait, we just say, fine, you're now in solitary confinement. Protective custody, rather, because why not? Looks like, as you can see, we've had a run out, or at least an attempt of it. Ed Gaskin. Got quite far as well, didn't he? Got to the main door. Interesting. He must have been hanging around here and then charged that way. Or he could have went that way, I didn't see it. Probably prompts me to, well, remind me to put a wall around the outside on the front. Because they can stand there all I want and then just charge out. That's something we should probably fix before the end of the series. Because, as we've seen previously, in the other escape attempts, if you don't have that wall, it's very easy to escape from facilities. The prisoners don't tend to do it much, but well, I guess that's the exception that proves the rule. That's the only time we've seen that happen recently. Anyway, let's go to ceramic tiling and place that in there. That's a nice cheeky £6 just for a bit of tiling. No big deal, cheeky £6. For the cells, same sort of thing, which is, I believe, 1,500 each side, £3 in total for the cell block. That radio host was apparently fired after a lot of complaints. There shouldn't be any more problems with radios in the prison. Sorry to tell you, mate, but there wasn't any problems anywhere. There you go. So it's now sleep time. I'm not going to do a shakedown tonight. I don't think it is really worth it. I wonder if there's anyone that this person want to become... No. Just double check and see if anyone wants to Become a confidential informant. No. How many have we got people? We've got 25 prisoners up for parole. 5 staff members are exhausted. 6 resting. We have 3 people in lockdown, 2 in solitary confinement. I can only see the one up there. And, oh, there's one there as well, Gaskin. But he's just been escorted to his cell. Let's just have a quick look and see. Yeah, extremely volatile. So, his condition, most of the mood is, well, normal, followed by bad, followed by good. He spent most of his time suppressed, followed by knocked out. Activity, I think it's nearly 50% for his activity just being locked down. Brilliant, brilliant. In terms of needs, you can see that we do have a critical food need, but that's going to resolve itself when we feed them all. I mean, that should be self-explanatory, but I mean, they're going to be fed very shortly. Clothing needs is slowly going down. Luxury needs, there'll always be some of that, but these can't go to critical. Like they can't go to red, they can only go to high. But there you are. So, we're going to receive some more prisoners now. We will once again do the standard standard look. I like when you zoom out and it just says too strong. What? You're too strong? For what? No, it's tough and strong. The guy's just too strong. We can't handle him. He shouldn't be here. Anyway, let's go over to the flooring once again and the ceramic tiles. It is very prohibitive placing these ceramic tiles in, but you know what? I've been wanting to have a prison that's very ceramic tile based for quite some time, and honestly, with the amount of money that we were getting and the amount of people going through parole, I don't think it's too much of a problem there. I really don't think so. I know we're rushing through this, by the way. I know we're just spending a lot of money on this and getting it done, but it's about time we did that. Once we've got these bits finished here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to do. Once that's done, we'll then basically do the compound in the centre, followed by a sneeze. Excuse me. Don't know what it is. It does this office. Anyway, let's go down to there. Office. Basement. Right, cupboard. Let's place the other side there. No, that's not going to work out. Do you know what's there? I don't know if you just saw it. There was some mail. There you go, some mail opened. So we are getting mail delivered, which is good. We do have a mail room. It's been there for quite some time. It also doesn't have flooring in this section, which it now should do, and now that's sorted. Excellent. Why did that say 3 prisoners up for 3 prisoners arriving, then 4 prisoners arriving, but nobody left? And there you go, look. Just sitting there. You're just sitting there. And if that door opens, they'll probably blitz out. And that's what they'll probably do. Another shakedown. We didn't do one last night. We'll see what the deal is here. In terms of the tunneling situation, yeah, we're probably going to have some, and straight away we have found some. I'll probably just, to be honest, wait. How many places are we searching? 655 places. Mobile phones being the top thing here. 20 of them. 20 cell phones. 12 drugs. Although if you put the 9 medicine on there, you can class that as like more than cell phones together. A couple of poisons, a couple of cigs, a knife, a couple of pairs of shears. No big deal. We'll find it, sell it, make money. And there we are. So, we have now received some more prisoners. Strong and Stokel. Always best to keep checking. Always best to keep checking. Ceramic tiles once again. 1, 2. That's as far as we can go with that one. Oh, there we go. Every time we release a prisoner, it allows us to put flooring in. Yeah. That's because these are 50 a square, whereas marble tiles, you get 5 for every one. It's only 10. So it is just much, much, much more efficient. So in the kitchen and... in the canteen, we're going to have the marble tiles. But in the kitchen, we will probably use... Well, I would like to use the ceramic. In here, big difference. We're going to have probably woods for all this back bit here. All this will be wood, which again is expensive. But the security... We're probably going to go with either metal floor. We've also got cargo floor and iron floor. Those look really good. But I wanted to use a palette that is like quite light, which is why I went with the marbles. Just because obviously it's a very white prison, so having it as bright as we can. It makes it look colder, and that was the objective. And I think with this parole here, I know we've put wooden flooring in. I'm very tempted to redo it, but maybe that should be. Maybe the parole chapel and classroom should be the only one that looks fairly warm. I don't know. Maybe it's just much of a muchness. Anyway, marble tiles. You can see we managed to get all this done in one go. This is our marble tiles going in. We'll do the same over here. You can see we got all that done with that £4,000 with some money remaining. Very nice. Is there no lights in here? There's no lights in there, is there? There really isn't. Let's place some lighting in. See, they've got lights. This one hasn't. There we go. That should be okay. Get that lit up a little bit. Looks like Gaskin's kicking off again. It's like, as I said, you know, sun sets, Earth revolves, Gaskin kicks off. And that's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be tiles missing, not just because I've missed them, but because people tend to dig out and they get found and then it removes the flooring. I'm not going to be going around and micromanaging that. That's we just ain't got time for it. We ain't got time for it. So, bit more intake here. Fearless and Stokel. Loads of traits, just not ones that should be warned of. I wonder how long they've got in here. Tim Rogers. Served 4.8 years of 18. Can they do parole? They can do parole. I think they have to serve... Is it half or a third of their sentence? Hearings determine the prisoner is eligible for early release. Successful release in which the prisoner doesn't a free offender will award a nice bonus. Led by parole officer, assisted by parole lawyer, session length 4 hours. Each prisoner requires a visit to table, either 50% or 75% for being served. Right, there you go. Can hire externally. Students sit. Can be outside of work hours. Teachers sit. Students can be escorted to guards. Easy. Don't know what half those traits, half them things mean. But the main one was 50% and then 75%, and the chief's calling. One of the spiritual leaders will bring in for the religious program has been riling up the inmates with all kinds of hateful speech. They've been fine, but the prisoners will take some time to cool down. So danger level will increase today. So if we go over that, you can see we have prisoners with serious complaints. They're probably just wandering around. We also have some fighting. Well, Henderson's like using the... Got Dan White reading a book there in the nice warm room, sitting on the bleachers. We got Henderson coming in, delivering mail. I mean, it's all working out quite well. Apart from when Mark Richardson, for whatever reason, starts fighting. You're unconscious. No traits. There you go, look. People with books, they're using the library. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Right, so... in... here. Oh. Felix Godwin started to fight a dog handler. And just picked up a fork and started attacking. It might be because that... It might be because of that thing that riled them up. They might just have temporarily, essentially, a volatile trait. I don't think I've ever sat and watched them cook on normal speed for quite some time. I mean, it's not riveting watching, but you can see what they're doing, which includes walking over these cookers, which I can't imagine to be very helpful or healthy. Quite warm though. We've got eggs frying in a pan. We got some peas, I think, maybe there, some sort of greens anyway. Bacon, and those, I would say I wouldn't know what they are, but I've seen them bring potatoes over to them. Oh, that'll be cabbage. Because they take that, it just says ingredients, but you can see it is cabbage when they go over there. And there you go. Right, so we'll max speed out. In terms of the flooring once again. Actually, do you want to do flooring or do you want to put the wall around the outside? I think we will start to put the wall around the outside. So, walls and doors. White wall. We should have... Oh, we have nowhere near enough cash for it all. It is a big wall. but we'll see how far we get with it. As long as we get the external bit, followed by the other... I want to get the external and the other one done, and then we'll probably end up removing sections of it for now. Looks like she's got some more cash flow there. There we go. There's that in. Like I say, I want to get this external wall done. External and internal, and then I'll remove the other bits. After that, it doesn't really matter, because this building in the centre is future as problem. I was going to do a shakedown, but it's also 3:30 in the morning, so there you are. Let's have a quick look at our grading. Not altered, but that's still 22%, and the reoffending is up to 13. I wonder if there's anything else we can do. Staff morale's high. I wonder if you can get extra factors if you overpay them. I don't know. Let me just check our program, see if there's anything we can do. Spiritual guidance got people in queue. Death row, no. Alcoholics group still got people working on there. Pharmacological treatment, same thing. Behavioural, yes. General education qualification. 1 person interested, 9 finished, 3% pass. 3 passed with a 33% pass rate. Foundation education, still people interested. Carpentry apprenticeship, interestingly, 2 are interested / qualified and are running on that one. Workshop safety. Gonna stop that. It says 42 interested, but I've not seen them all. Any of them working there. Yeah, there's 2 working. And that'll be 3 if we put it there. Okay, it just might be because of the stuff going on. So we'll keep running it. In terms of the weather and temperature, though, it has been an interesting scenario. It's never been... I've never thought it been, for the most part, unfair. There's been a couple of times when the prisoners seem to glitch out and stand in the cold for a couple of days because... contraband was flung in, but then we built over it, and then they couldn't go there. And yeah, there's been a couple of edge case scenarios, but for the most part, it has been fair. If we didn't heat it for at least, well, even half a day, the exposure trait would kill them. They would freeze to death, essentially, and that makes sort of perfect sense, doesn't it? It really does. Let me remove that section. Walls, demolish that section there, and then demolish that section there, which will then alter some of this. But if I go over to deployment, we can still turn all that to staff only, which is actually quite easy to see there. Anyway, $5,000. Once again, walls and doors, white wall. And as much as we can place. Oh, and get it all done. Perfect. Just because of the intake and the parole. Speaking of intake, I don't think I checked out what the traits were, did I? Let's activate some people. David's got 100% coverage, which is interesting. You can see people have got stuff on them, but nothing dangerous. Shakedown, because we know there's loads of contraband. 3 prisoners arriving in the morning. Could be more if we get a massive escape attempt. We shouldn't say stuff like that because it may actually happen. Walls, we will finish off the white wall there because that's where it should be. Followed by that one there, which is now done. And then I want to add some of these extra bits. I want a wall going across there. Like so. And then along to this bit. Because I think all this is going to be placed. The building will change. I don't think there's any misunderstandings about that. The buildings in the internals will change. But I don't think a lot of the extra stuff will. Or where the walls are will change. That's unlikely. So that's been put in there. I'll need to do the same on this side. We're taking a break from placing all of the flooring, and there's a death. Dead. Froze to death. Let's see then. Dangers? No. Don't know why. Matt, Colonel Sanders, prison number 12173849. Well fed, mood in between good and bad and mostly normal. There is Ed fighting again. Completed kitchen safety and hygiene. Well on the way to basically being reformed as far as I could tell, and then frozen to death. That'll be another one of those traits probably where the wall was moved. It could have been. Could have been. It's very unlikely it'll be anything else. Because in terms of temperature, everything's fine. You wouldn't die from exposure going from there to there. It's only -1. We've had it at -9 before. So, yeah. Sometimes these things just happen. So, that'll go down to there. This wall's staying in. Goes down to there, yeah, that's fine. And we'll need to demolish a couple of things. Demolish all that wall along there and all this. That wall's in. It's not in. That wall now should... That wall's ordered to be in. Ah, but they can't get to it, can they? Right. What I'll do then is add the large jail door. I'm still not too sure where to put it. I'm thinking there would be a better place. But that means more metal detectors. And the people there, they're going to take it straight to there. So, no, I'm going to put it in the middle. So that goes there. That goes there. Once they've done that, we'll then remove this wall. While we're on, that wall can go. And all of that can go. And all of that can go. There we go. Big overhaul here. Very big overhaul. But that's what we need to do. And let's see how we get on. I'm going to lock open that door, primarily because I don't want prisoners wanting to have access to here and then spend ages waiting for someone to come along and let them in. Because we know it's going to happen. So I can go in there. I think I do want some walkways between these two big areas, but at this stage, I'm not going to put them in because I don't know exactly what we're going to do with it. But that should be that all put in, and oh, look at that. Tim, I wonder where you're off to. You're over to there to collect some contraband. But once this wall's done, in fact, I'll do it now. Staff only. That external bit. That can be staff only. So can that for now. That has to be staff only. So does that, and then bits there. But that centre bit can't be, because that's going to be an extra building. So, we have got them bits sectioned off. In terms of the people that's just come in, there might be some traits. I'm just going to activate David. David the informant. Who I think might have been overdosing there. No, there we go. Ah! Good job we did that, because... Snitch. Adam Pud Spencer, prison number 13291324. Been in 4 hours in here. So, it's tough, snitch. Yep. But... Health minus low. Oh, because of active addictions. Right, brilliant. Anyway, they're going to be protective custody. We'll move them over. So it's good that we did that. That's good. Excellent. Right, 10 grand, which is, I'm hoping, enough to put in the remainder of this flooring. Well, in here it is. In here it is. We need a bit more for the other side. 7.5 grand for that. But... happy to say the majority of the flooring is now put in. So, I think we'll knock it on there shortly, but overall, happy with how far we've got this episode. I know it's been a lot of flooring and a lot of odd jobs, but that's... froze to death. Froze to death. Do you know what it is? That's gonna continue happening with some people. If they've been on this edge... and we've just changed it to, yeah, there's going to be another one there. It's all of the people that were in this area that was staff only. They count as trespassing, and they might have they got 2 hours? No. That just happened to be the ones that were on the outside there. That's all that's been. Anyway. Put that in, put that in. That can go in there. And there we are. We will leave it there. We have got most of the flooring put in. The only place we haven't got the flooring put in is right in the centre here. That shouldn't actually take too long though, because it's going to be wooden flooring back there. It will be... Does the one in the centre want to be the only one that has some like fancy tiles or something? Or do we want to stick with our marble stuff? I think marble. Yeah, I think marble like that. Marble walkways. Like that. Across to there. Insufficient fundage, sadly. But it'll go along there. Actually, what I will do, just for the sake of getting it done, get a bank loan. It means we can just get it done. For this, ceramic on both sides. I mean, it's only money. And there we go. That is, as far as I can tell, the flooring done. The flooring has been put in. So, flooring done. Patrols are in, are they? Yes, they are in the right place. We have this set of staff only like it should be. And that area either side. That had to be re-signed for some reason. So, got the outside wall done. Extended. We have this extra section here for our 2 power areas. So, next episode... I keep saying so, I apologise. This area and this area we're going to have as forestry. We need to put the walkways around the outside. We need to set it as forestry. Same for the other side. This one in the centre we will put in the walls, and then a huge amount of concrete will be laid for the foundation. And then I'm not really too sure how we're going to redesign the centre. I'd like to know what you think about that one, because at the moment, obviously, because we've not received any Supermax or Supermax or Max, we don't get the option for Death Row. None is available until we get some of those. So that'll be what we have to do next episode. As always, then, I hope you have enjoyed this episode and the series thus far. We will continue on next and see also what type of prisoners we get, because we've just received a full bus load. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video on the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.